Well, hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today we're talking about subscription box finds. So I do a lot of makeup unboxings of subscription boxes on my channel, which I really love doing. Yesterday's video was a Ipsy showdown, which I unboxed 2 different Ipsy pluses as well as the mini Ipsy bag and a BoxyCharm premium all together in one video, and I had a ton of fun doing it. So today I want to talk about things that I enjoy from subscription boxes, like products that are actually great. I feel like when we try out subscription boxes, a lot of the time we don't like the products, so they don't fit our skin tone, or there's something about it that we just don't like. But I have some things today that I really enjoy from subscription boxes. Of course, there are more than this. These are just things that came to mind, that things that are, you know, throughout decollection and stuff have stayed in my collection, as well as a couple things that are new. But honestly, some of the boxes for the new year have been off to a great start. So that's what we're talking about today. And without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I would also love to know down below your favorite thing you've ever found in a subscription box, if you have any. So love to know that. Let's get started. Alright guys, so first up is something that I've used to death and I've bought backups of in the past, and I decided to stop buying backups with this, even though you can find it for really good deals. A lot of these things, because they are in subscription boxes, especially Ipsy and BoxyCharm, I don't know which box all these came in, but they have been in boxes before. So you can look on apps like Depop or Poshmark, or even eBay and stuff, or even your Facebook Marketplace, and find these things for really discounted prices. They're also on BoxyCharm and Ipsy's like little discount shops usually, so you can find these things for a great deal, regular retail price. No, we don't pay that for things that are in subscription boxes half the time. Or some of these things I probably would pay retail price for because I found them and I really love them. But these things you can find for good deals on other websites or on the subscription boxes website itself. But first thing is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. Again, I told you I bought backups of this. I gifted these to people. Like, I bought them cheaper on like websites and stuff, and I gifted them to people because, well, you're gonna love this, and I gave it to people. But this is my don't judge me, okay? This was a blush. It fell out when I was recording a video. What video it was, I don't remember, but I was doing a video with this and the blush fell out. But there's a blush here. Obviously, we can tell I use these 2 shades to death. I use them in combination with each other. I feel like the finishing powder on its own was too dark for my regular complexion, but mixed with this contour color, it gave me such a nice, cool tone, sandy contour color that was absolutely lovely. There's very minimal amount of little sparkles in it. And honestly, I like that a little bit because it's right near my cheeks where I'm putting blush and I'm putting highlighter, so I'm going to do a glowy blush, and I think it's a really cute moment. This is not the most nice packaging in the world. Like, I keep my makeup clean, you guys. I don't like dirty stuff, but this packaging gets dirty automatically. It's just how it is. I don't like that about it. But honestly, these 2 shades are all I really care about in the palette. The highlighters don't really work for my skin tone too well, but I can mix them with a blush and make a glowy blush with it, so it works. But honestly, I just love the contour shades in here, and it's really nice. But the packaging does get dirty, and also the clasps usually, like this one's broken. They usually break on. This is not the first one I've had to break on me. I guess since we did a facey thing first, let's talk about other facey things. This thing came in the January BoxyCharm Premium, and I'm very excited about it. It's very pretty, and I used it today for my blush as well as my highlighter, and it is the Ofra face palette. Like, this highlighter is amazing, you guys. Look at that. Oh, she's wet on the face. But here is the Ofra palette. This is the Good To Go Mini Mix palette. It is also on BoxyCharm's website. You can get it for like 12 bucks, I think. If you go to like do the add-ons, if you have a subscription, you can add on extra stuff in your shop. But here is the face palette up close. I tried to use this green as a highlighter. I had to mix it with the wheel to make it work because it was a little too green for me, but I wanted to try it out. I think it'd be a really cool eyeshadow color. I used this blush today for my blush, which is kind of subtle, but I just wanted a little bit of glowy pinkiness. And then I also used the entire wheel because I was scared I wouldn't be able to use maybe this shade down here or this shade or here because they're a little bit darker, but mixed with the top 2 shades, this entire wheel makes a beautiful highlighting moment. Like, that is beautiful highlighter. Like, can't mess with me right now. But it's absolutely lovely. I haven't really used these except for the green one, like I said, but I am trying to use them as eyeshadows. It's just when it's my face palette drawer, I don't think about using it until my face is already done. So anyways, this is just really cute, and it's a great thing that came in a subscription box. I want more Ofra stuff in subscription boxes. I love Ofra. Next up for facey things is something that came out a long time ago, but it's one of the few jelly products that like don't dry out on you, which is really nice. So this is the Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter. It's just so cute, okay? And honestly, I'm not into jelly or creamy products usually. I want to get into more because my skin is dry. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm having allergic reactions and stuff. I'm trying to figure out which fabric it is usually. I think I narrowed that down. But honestly, with the dry weather too, because it is winter, my skin has been peeling like the entire layer of skin off. Flaky. every other day. Like I can scrub my entire face, exfoliate it to death, and have new skin every single day because it wants to peel. It is a wreck, okay? I hate when my boyfriend comes home and he's just like, hey, I don't want to be mean, but your makeup's cracking. I'm like, I know, just leave me alone. So I'm trying to use more cream and jelly products to see if that helps, but this is one of the jelly products that I have never had dry out on me. I've had this for over a year now, and it is just this jelly highlightery moment. Like, it's just swishy, and it doesn't really work too well as a like regular highlight for me because it doesn't really stand off too much on my skin, but it's great when I'm doing like cream products and I tap it in between where my blush and my highlighter goes. It's just a really nice kind of dewy moment, and I really like it on the skin. It's just not bright enough to be a highlighter on its own for me, but it's just a really good jelly product that doesn't dry out, and I'm sure this comes in different shades too. This is the shade Cotton Candy, which makes sense for a blush, but it just makes great in between on the cheeks, makes your skin look really luminous and glowy from within. Next up is another newer thing that did come in the January box for BoxyCharm Premium, I believe. No, I think the Ofra palette was regular base BoxyCharm, and this one was Premium. I'm not sure, but these are both BoxyCharm things for January. But this is the Fenty Beauty Powder. You guys, I love setting powder. Like, again, I want to use more creams and stuff, but I'm a powder addict. Like, I powder my entire face every single day. I don't know how to not do that. And I love setting powder, so I feel like it makes my makeup last all day long, and I hate touching up my face. So this is the Fenty powder. I have the shade Butter. A lot of people said they ordered the shade Lavender. I'm wondering, hey, if you have like a similar skin tone to me, let me know if you like the lavender works for you, because I am thinking about adding this on in my next BoxyCharm that I have. So I'm thinking about like paying the $12 and adding it on. So if the lavender shade works for you, let me know. But I have the shade Butter. It is my setting powder that I use today. It's a setter powder that I've been using nonstop since I got it. It is a little bit on the yellowy side, but I don't really notice too much on my skin because normally my foundation's pretty fair and then my setting powder a little tinted to make it even out. So honestly, it is a little bit on the yellow side, but not too bad for my really neutral undertone, and I love the way it feels. Like, it's very finely milled and fluffy, but not so finely milled that you lose all of it in the air. Like, it's absolutely wonderful. You only need a little bit on the brush, and it really does set like half your face. So this is going to last me a while, hopefully, unless I keep using it every single day like I have been. But it's really nice. Like, I wanted to try more Fenty stuff, and I'm glad this was in a BoxyCharm. Next spacey thing is the Wander Beauty Foundation. This thing looks like it's a little like a squeeze thing, but it's not a squeeze thing. It is actually a wand, which is technically unsanitary, okay? I know, but I love a wand. I love like when you use concealer wand, just and be done, and I love that about it. And this is too dark for me, which is why I haven't really been wearing it. I need to get the correct shade, but I can use this as a mixer with a really light foundation to make it work for me. This is the shade Fair, which is not fair. So we're gonna see if they have a lighter shade on the website, I don't know. But this is our Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation. It is a stunning finish, you guys. It is absolutely lovely. It is kind of like the coverage of the Pure Love Your Selfie foundation with the luminosity and dewiness of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. It's like good coverage with some nice luminosity and dewiness to the skin. It's absolutely stunning. I love the coverage and finish of this. It's beautiful. I just wish it was my shade. But honestly, I got this in an Ipsy Plus, I believe. Ipsy Plus. And this was like my first foundation thing I think I ever got in a subscription box. And I love it. It's beautiful. I wish I could wear it on its own, but it's beautiful. It does oxidize a little baby bit darker than that, so I make sure I mix it properly. But if you are a medium to deeper complexion, they have shades that will totally work for you, and it's lovely. And again, you can probably find it for a discounted price. Last facey thing is this concealer. It is the Dose of Colors concealer. Now, I have two shades of this because I bought one from Ulta's website and it was the wrong shade, and I returned it and I got a different one and it still wasn't the right shade, and then I got one in a subscription box and this one's closer to the right shade. It is 04 Fair, in case you're wondering my shade. It is the concealer that I'm using today, along with a little bit of the Cover FX Power Play just to make the color correct perfectly. But it is absolutely wonderful concealer. I love the doe foot on it. I think it's really nice. Like, it's soft and fluffy, but not too fluffy. Like their liquid lipstick wand is a little too fluffy. This one's kind of in the middle. I like it. It's big and fat, has some good density to it. The concealer itself is a wonderful medium to full coverage concealer. You can definitely blur it out if you don't want it full coverage. You have to let it sit for a second on the skin. If you want it to be full coverage, just like set it there, put the concealer rest of your face wherever you're putting your concealer, and then blend it out. And don't just put it then blend it out. It gives it more medium coverage. Let it sit for a second, you get more full coverage with it, and it's lovely. Like, it's hard to get your shade. The shades on the website do not correspond to how you think they are. But again, you can find it for discounted price, or you can go to Ulta and see it in person because they have it in person in some stores. So it's a beautiful concealer. I just had a hard time shade matching it. All right, next up is from Tarte. It is the Stay Spray Setting Spray. I am about like right here with it right now, and I really I don't even use it as much as I thought I do until I picked it up and I was like, whoa, I've really used this a ton. But this is a really great setting spray. It is not as scented as a lot of other setting sprays, which I appreciate. Like, it's still refreshing as a setting spray, but I have a problem with overly scented setting sprays. It makes me really tired of them really quickly. So this is one I've used a ton and just don't even think about it. I'm like, oh, it's light refreshing, not too much. And also the spray on it is pretty good. It's a little strong. It's not a super fine mist, but when it is stronger but not super blotty, I can also tell that it's covering my face. I feel like if it's a super fine mist, sometimes I have to like before I know it covers my face. With this, I'm like, psh, psh, done, and I know it coated everything really nicely, not too much scent to it, and it's a good setting spray. I took the cap off of it just because I didn't need the cap on it, but it's nice. All right, next up is something that came in a indie subscription box. So this is your Jar Cosmetics Clean Canvas Base. I do have a Jar Cosmetics affiliate link. If you ever want to buy anything from their website, you can use that. I'd appreciate it, but you don't have to, no pressure. This is the shade Fair. The shade Medium has also come in subscription boxes. This is a great eyelid primer. Now, it is messy. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is it is really messy in here because it's just in there and there's no, like, I don't know. If it was like a little cap, I feel like I'd like it better than like the pulley off tap. It's just a little messy in here, so if you travel with it, it's going to get everywhere all over your lid. But the coverage of it is absolutely fantastic. So let me show you. I'm going to take my pinky and touch like a little baby bit of it. I can't even tell. But the coverage of this is so good. So it gives you like a whole new base for your eyeshadow. It's very tacky without being super, super sticky. And it just gives you a whole new base. Like, this one is the Fair one, so you might not be able to tell on my skin tone where it is. But it's just a really wonderful eyelid primer. I do like a tinted eyelid primer because it helps cover up a lot of the blue veins I have on my eyelids. I prefer the white one when I'm doing colorful looks. I have the white one as well as the Fair one and the medium one. I don't really use the medium one. It's too dark for me, so find the right shade for you. They have a couple different shades, but honestly, if you're doing a colorful eye look, put that white one on your lid. It is such good full coverage, and this was a great find. Next up is a liquid eyeshadow. This is like a liquid eyeshadow duo, but I only really use one side of it, but I'm still happy I have it. So this is the Becca Light Gleam Primer and Topper Liquid Eyeshadow. So it comes with a green ivy side as well as a like sparkly side. So I'll swatch both sides for you and then I'll put them together, I guess. So here are the two. Here's the green side, which is the matte side. I never use this side. I really like sparkly stuff. I put sparkles under here every day just to make my eyes look brighter and more awake. But I really use the sparkly side. So the sparkly side comes with a brush, which I'm not crazy about, but I usually use a different brush to apply anyways. So here is the like sparkly side here in the middle. I love the pink and gold reflex of it. This is in the shade Dusk. I thought it was two different shades in here. This one's just called Dusk. There's a ton of different ones. This is the one I got in the box, but I love how sparkly and colorful and pretty that is. And waiting for this to dry properly before I swatch it on top of this, but I just love the sparkliness of it. It doesn't really crease on me, which I appreciate. On the lid, make sure you do let it dry down properly on both sides and use both sides together, because it will crease if you just like have a hooded lid like me and you crease and crunch it up. But when you let it dry properly, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, the combination isn't my favorite thing in the world, but the sparkly side is wonderful, especially if you're coming subscription box where I can just use it with no guilt, like just one side of it. I feel like if I had paid full price for it, I'm like, I gotta get both sides, like, use out of it. Here is the two stacked together. See, it's a green, goldy thing, and then together. It just gives it a different dynamic look to it. Not my favorite combination in the world, but again, the sparkly side is absolutely lovely, and I love it. And I've also been really disappointed with a lot of Becca stuff, so it's good to find something I like from them lately, because it's been a while since I liked anything from them, honestly. I don't forgive you for that zero pigment foundation, Becca. I don't. All right, another new thing that just came out in subscription boxes for January is this lip balm. It started all retail price. I was like, who would pay that? And then I tried it because I got in a box and I love it. It's really nice. So this is the Bali Balm Sweet Orange and Coconut. I don't really care for the orange smell. I like coconut better, but it's just a really nice lip balm. Like, it has one of these little moments, I don't know, it reminds me of like The Little Mermaid when Ariel's applying her like lipstick with that little thing. Is it Ariel that does that? I think it's Ariel that does. Someone applies their lipstick with a little fishy moment, and that's what these things remind me of for some reason. But I just think the lip balm itself has a nice non-stickiness to it, which I appreciate, because these things usually seem sticky to me. It's just kind of a creamy, soft, shiny lip balm, and it's really nice for moisture. I like it a lot. Now next up, this product, actually I just got rid of a makeup I'm throwing away video, but I have an extra one I haven't opened yet, but it is the Starstruck liner from Ciate London. It is a star stamp liner and a double end. I'm holding the Lavied London one right now, or the Colourpop one, because I couldn't find the other Ciate London one. It's somewhere in that Alex drawer. But the Starstruck eyeliner from Ciate London has been discontinued, but you can still find them everywhere online. I've bought an extra of it just because I love the black liner. I love stamps in general. Eyeliner stamps are wonderful, but honestly, like the black regular felt tip liner side of that is absolutely stunning. Like, it's a great felt tip liner and it's highly underrated. So Ciate London really killed it with that. They need to bring it back because it's lovely. I know they don't have to do the whole stamps and everything because everyone else is doing them now, but they were like the original stamp. And it was a great eyeliner without the stamp by itself. Lastly is two lip products. I'm just gonna talk about two liquid lipstick formulas that I really like that came in subscription boxes. Not so much the color, but these were two formulas that I first tried in subscription boxes, I think, and that I kind of fell in love with and I bought a lot afterwards. So the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, a ton of these came in subscription boxes summertime, and I really love these. Like, they came out over a year ago. They first came in a subscription box, and then back in the summer they came out with more of them and they put subscription boxes. Like the color cork and everything was in there. It's just really nice. They also have BoxyCharm exclusive red color, which is nice. I don't like the wand on the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. They're too furry, so I use a separate lip applicator to apply it, but the formula is lovely and I have a ton of them. Also, the Ofra liquid lipsticks, these do not dry down completely matte. They do transfer, but they're super comfortable. Both these formulas are super comfortable, and the color payoff is absolutely stunning, and they have some unique colors that you don't really see all the time in other lipstick formulas. So these two liquid lipstick formulas come in subscription boxes. You can find them for cheap, and they come in different colors too, so different color variations. And thankfully, these two colors, or these two lipstick formulas, don't primarily have hot pinks, because I am so tired of getting hot pinks in subscription boxes. Who wears that? I don't wear it. I mean, if you do, cool. Someone's rocking it, but it's not me. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and learning about stuff I found in boxes, things I really enjoy. Again, I'd love to know something down below that you really enjoy subscription boxes. For me, like the Cover FX face palette is really good. The Ofra palette, it's a Fenty powder. Like, these are just some really good things that I've maybe wouldn't have tried if I hadn't got it in a box. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great and safe day out there wherever you are. Bye.